Welcome back to Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR. This is Roger Hoover. Now, please be joined by somebody that's part of an exciting new partnership at the University of Alabama, and that is Lindsay Klein. She works with the U.S. Navy's Maritime Industrial Base, and Build Giants Alabama is coming on field at Saban Field. Lindsay, it is great to see you. And first of all, just congratulations on this partnership. How to come together between the Maritime Industrial Base and the University of Alabama?
Good morning, Roger. It is so fantastic for us to have this partnership, and it's something that has actually been in the works for a little while. We had a smaller partnership with the University of Alabama last year, and we had such an incredible experience there that we really saw the value in making sure that we were expanding that partnership. Mainly because the University of Alabama is such an incredible engine for really driving the workforce development message that we want to make sure that we are spreading throughout the state to get folks really, really interested, engaged, trained, recruited, and hired to build submarines and ships on behalf of the United States Navy.
So great exposure coming up this season at Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium with an on-field logo, Build Giants Alabama. Tell us more about this initiative.
So glad you asked that, Roger, because that word giants is something I really want to make sure that people really, are starting to associate with maritime. So here in Alabama, we started building submarines last year, and it's not something that a lot of folks really know about, right? This is a really cool thing that is now happening here in Mobile, Alabama. And so when we talk about giants, we're talking about the vessels that are really serving our Navy, right? So not just submarines, but also surface ships. And we have a long history in Alabama of building ships, going back a really long way. So when we use the word giants, we are referring to submarines and ships, and we are building those right here in Alabama. And that's what Build Giants Alabama is all about, is making sure that we are letting folks know what's happening here and also giving them the opportunity to join our mission by building these vessels.
And of course, fans are going to see the logo at the 25-yard line coming up at Saban Field, a name just last year for the former head coach of the University of Alabama Crimson Tide, Nick Saban, and his family. And also, he is involved in this initiative as well, which I know is definitely exciting.
It is so exciting. I don't think that there's anyone out there who knows how to build a giant better than Coach Saban, right? So that partnership really meant a lot to us. His endorsement of our mission is just critical. He is a big part of Alabama, and having him on board to help us spread this message is so special to us.
So it's a great partnership between the University of Alabama and, of course, the Maritime Industrial Base, and specifically partnering with a university like Alabama and then community colleges all throughout the state. How important is that to your mission?
Oh my goodness. It's really important for us to make sure that we're, connecting the dots between our Alabama community college system and our four-year schools, right? And so, we hire a lot of skilled trades workers to build these vessels. And so we are hiring welders, we are hiring HVAC experts, we are hiring electricians and machinists, and all of those people are just critical to our mission. But what else is important is engineers, right? And HR professionals and people who know how to do marketing so that we can make sure that we're getting the word out. And so when you go to work in a shipyard, you are really combining skilled trades workers and four-year graduates, and we want to make sure that we are connecting the dots there as much as possible and giving everyone an opportunity to work together. So what's really cool about this partnership is that we are going to have the ability to inject actual maritime-centric curriculum into the engineering program at the University of Alabama. And they have been so fabulous to work with. I've been up to visit. I've spent a lot of time with the Formula SAE team. 250 members on that team. I think it's the largest in the nation. And what's really interesting about that is that they're not only building race cars for the engineering program, they're also repairing the machines that are building the race cars. So they're doing things like machining and welding, but they're also doing a lot of additive manufacturing there. And all of these things are really, really critical to building these giants for the Navy. So we're going to make sure that we are leveraging our partnership to really make sure that we're bringing some great attention to these students and giving them opportunities to work with us in the shipyards.
When thinking about kind of numbers and the number of opportunities that are out there, what is the Navy looking for specifically here in the state of Alabama?
We need to hire about 1,000 people per year, right? And what's really important to know about that, Roger, is yes, we have a lot of work that's going on down in Mobile on the Blue Water and the Gulf Coast, right? But this is a mission that extends well into North Alabama. So we don't just have, workers that are going down to the Gulf Coast. We have suppliers all the way up to Muscle Shoals. So we have to make sure that we are really doing a good job of ensuring that the entire state is aware of the mission and of the opportunities that exist to support it.
What's most exciting about the future of Bill Giants Alabama?
This is a 30-year mission, Roger. And what's really exciting about it to me as a lifelong Alabamian and someone who, I grew up in Calhoun County and I've been here my whole life. And I am watching our state become this epicenter for maritime, right? It's just fascinating. I think most Alabamians, if we didn't grow up on the Gulf Coast, we don't have a lot of awareness of like what goes on down there, right? So a lot of folks don't know that we invented Mardi Gras in Mobile. A lot of folks have never been to Mardi Gras. They've never seen these incredible ships that have been built or that are being built down there, right? So what's really fun for me is I spend a lot of time in small rooms in rural communities letting people know that this work is now here in Alabama. And not only is the work here, not only are the jobs and the careers here, but that there's training to support them. So we're building out relationships with the Alabama Community College system. We're building out programs. We are making investments. We are intentionally providing resources throughout the entire state to make sure that our people are part of this mission. And that is really, really good work. That is goodness, Roger. And it's something that I'm super proud of. And I'm really excited that we get to continue to do.
That's outstanding, Lindsay. Well, not just for Alabama fans who are curious more about Bill Giants Alabama, but specifically if there are any skilled workers that may be eligible for this program, where can they go online to find out more information and find out how they can get involved?
BillGiantsAlabama.com. And we also have, of course, social media to support that. And definitely stay tuned. We will be providing lots more resources as we roll out a little bit deeper, but you can find our job listings there and get more information about careers and training.
Well, Lindsay Klein, congratulations on this new partnership and an experience that's going to be really great, I feel like, for the University of Alabama as well as everybody with Bill Giants Alabama. Just thank you so much for the time you've given us and all the best. And can we get a Roll Tide out the door?
Roll Tide.